Modi warns on opposition pessimism. "70 years of hatred drive by Prime Minister." Congress comes out blaming EVMs and exit polls. But Karti says full faith in EVM.
One must also give due importance for the victory of the Congress party.
India Today coverage sparks word war. Modi versus opposition. That is our top focus on 5 Live.
Great to see you back here on 5 Live with me, Shiv, Aroor. Thanks so much, viewer. Let's take you straight to the headlines we're tracking at this time. Telangana Chief Minister suspends, and India Today suspense ends. An India Today exclusive scoop confirms Revanth Reddy will be the youngest Chief Minister of Telangana, swearing in on December the 7th. Mega India Today scoop on Rajasthan Chief Ministerial race. Sources say key BJP huddle to be held this weekend in Delhi. Prime Minister Modi will take the final call. Who's it gonna be? After Prime Minister Modi warns against divisive agenda, DMK MP abuses voters. Apologize for that wrong visual. Claims BJP winning only in Gomutra states. BJP condemns, calls out DMK's arrogance. Congress defers India bloc meeting after top leaders Mamta and Nitish. Very sorry viewer for these wrong images. We'll go straight to the stories now. Cyclone Michaung makes landfall in Andhra Pradesh. Death toll in Chennai flood mounts to 9. India Today crew in the eye of the storm, bringing you reports every single minute. Viewer, we have a very real problem in our country. Electronic voting machines have become selectively functional and decided to work only when they want to. Since 2014, EVMs have gradually become self-aware, and India's biggest democratic nightmare is slowly coming true. That's right, viewer. Our EVMs, our electronic voting machines, are demonstrating free will. They're deciding which elections to give to the BJP, and on the rare occasion they're in the mood, they're throwing a few victories to non-BJP parties as well, just so that they look fair. Just look at this disturbing, tiny list of elections where EVMs have actually worked and delivered victories to non-BJP parties in the last 9 years. Telangana 2023, Karnataka 2023, Punjab 2022, Himachal Pradesh 2022, West Bengal 2021, Tamil Nadu 2021, Kerala 2021, Delhi 2020, Andhra Pradesh 2019, Odisha 2019, Sikkim 2019, Maharashtra 2019, Jharkhand 2019, Karnataka 2018, Rajasthan 2018, Madhya Pradesh 2018, Chhattisgarh 2018, Mizoram 2018, Telangana 2018, West Bengal 2016, Kerala 2016, Puducherry 2016, Tamil Nadu 2016, Delhi 2015. And there are innumerable by-elections in the middle as well, where those EVMs have decided to actually work properly by making a non-BJP candidate win. In every other election, viewers, since 2014, including this week's Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan election, the EVMs have malfunctioned. I wish I was kidding, but I actually went back and checked to see if any doubts were cast on the performance of EVMs in the elections I've just named for you. And the answer, you won't be surprised to learn, is no. Every single time when a non-BJP party won in an election, nobody said anything about EVMs. Just like this week, where you have a senior leader of the Congress party like Digvijay Singh, a former chief minister of Madhya Pradesh, once again publicly call into question electronic voting machines. That's him speaking to India Today and saying that. This at a time when the Congress has achieved an amazing, well-deserved victory in the state of Telangana. Viewer, you have Google, I'm sure. I invite you to check if either Digvijaya or netas like him have questioned EVMs after every BJP victory. Again, you will not be surprised by the answer, which is yes. On my show yesterday, I listed some of the more creative excuses by the anti-BJP commentariat as part of their extended meltdown over this week's election results. By readily dusting off the old EVM trope like Digvijay Singh has done today in the wake of an election loss is so quaint now, so hilariously self-defeating and old-fashioned that it makes you wonder if those making such allegations will ever have the stomach and nerve to truly sit down and dissect why they lost an election. It makes you wonder, because this is the same Congress party that is not only calling into question EVMs, or at least one section of them, because there are more sensible leaders like Karti Chidambaram who are professing their faith in EVMs, but they are calling into question EVMs at a time when they are also putting out data which correctly shows that the vote share of the Congress party is very healthy and in some places even better than the BJP overall. So you can't have malfunctioning EVMs and a higher vote share. It has to be one or the other, right? Elections are emotional events. I can only imagine how individual netas and parties feel in the wake of defeats. It can't be easy. But then isn't that what elections are about? Winning or losing? If it's winning, you govern and ensure anti-incumbency doesn't boot you out. If the latter, if you lose, you figure out what you did wrong and correct it for that next attempt. How long will the finger of blame point at everything but what really went wrong? The devil of every election loss has to be in the details. The machine is frankly fed up of taking all the blame. If you watched 5 Live yesterday, you saw my take on the spectacular meltdown over the election results. Well, today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared the India Today 5 Live video and used it to hit out at critics over the Bharatiya Janata Party's win in the recently concluded assembly elections, especially in the Hindi Heartland. That's the Prime Minister's tweet there. Cautioning people of the opposition's divisive agenda, the Prime Minister warned the opposition parties to be more prepared for more meltdowns in the future. Take a look at this report. An electorate that within minutes of the result has been flung under the bus, discarded with contempt because of who they voted for. The amazing laundry list of excuses for the election results today are surprising. The Congress has actually won really important elections this year, first in Karnataka and in Telangana now. But that hasn't stopped its own leaders from pushing a dumbly suicidal North-South agenda. Does the Congress actually believe that somehow highlighting a notional North-South divide puts them in a good position for 2024? Can you win a national election by making one part of the country somehow look superior to the other?
A comment on the meltdown over Congress's rout in the 3 Hindi heartland states has triggered a big political war, with the Prime Minister himself wading into the debate, quoting an India Today report by Shiv. Taking to X, the Prime Minister said, and we quote, "May they be happy with their arrogance, lies, pessimism and ignorance, but beware of their divisive agenda. An old habit of 70 years can't go away so easily. Also, such is the wisdom of the people that they have to be prepared for many more meltdowns ahead." Since the BJP swept the states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and MP, the Prime Minister has been vocal in warning against divisive forces.
ये चुनाव नतीजे कांग्रेस और उसके घमंडिया गठबंधन के लिए भी बहुत बड़ा सबक है। देश की जनता का दिल जीतने के लिए राष्ट्र सेवा का जज्बा होना चाहिए और घमंडिया गठबंधन में रत्ती भर भी वो नजर नहीं आता है।
पराजय का गुस्सा निकालने की योजना बनाने के बजाय इस पराजय में से सीख करके पिछले 9 साल से चलाई गई नकारात्मकता की प्रवृत्ति को छोड़ करके इस सत्र में अगर सकारात्मकता के साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे तो देश उनके तरफ देखने का दृष्टिकोण बदलेगा।
The Prime Minister's latest attack comes after Congress top leaders in Madhya Pradesh questioned the EVMs.
देखो ईवीएम तो मैं 2003 से मुझे भरोसा नहीं है ईवीएम पर। मूल बात यह है कि जिस मशीन में चिप लगी है वो हैक होने की संभावना उसमें रहती है।
मुझे अभी कुछ विधायक मिले सुबह, कहते मेरे अपने गांव में मुझे 50 वोट मिले, ये कैसे हो सकता है?
On Sunday itself, when the 4-state verdict was out, Congress's Praveen Chakravarti said that the results showed that the north-south boundary line was getting thicker. He, however, deleted this social media post.
The Congress party has gone into complete meltdown mode. Ever since they have lost the 3 state assembly elections, they have started not just blaming the EVMs, which they anyways do, but they accept the EVM results in Telangana. They have started blaming the Janta.
The dust may have just settled on the 5-state assembly polls, but State of War 2024 has already begun. Bureau Report, India Today.
I want to go straight across to India Today's Poulomi Saha, who tracks the BJP for India Today. Poulomi, the Prime Minister putting out an unusual attack on the opposition, talking about the divisive agenda. He quoted one of the videos that we had put out today here on 5 Live, but it is the Prime Minister's message that's got a lot of people talking. What are you hearing and what are you picking up? Because it's drawn a huge number of attacks from the opposition as well now.
That's right. The Prime Minister, of course, like you said, it seemed unusual in the sort of aggressive, tweet that he seemed to have put out, the post that he did put out at that point of time. But we've been speaking to the Bharatiya Janata Party and our sources within the party, and what they've said is that this is nothing unusual. Not the first time that the Prime Minister has hit out very directly, unmincing in his words as well. The Prime Minister has been doing this on social media quite recently and successively as well. If you look at his Instagram posts, if you look at other social media that he's been using, he has been very direct in his attack. And this time again, when he did quote post that video, which you of course put out, Shiv, on India Today, he spoke about the arrogance, the lies, the ignorance and the divisive agenda of the opposition. But clearly it seems like in terms of that agenda that he of course was attacking, much of it is still playing out in the Lok Sabha. We heard of all of those conspiracy theories around why the BJP won the 3 Hindi heartland states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh over the weekend, while Congress won, of course, Telangana and the whole north-south divide. Today, of course, we saw it in the Lok Sabha when DMK Member of Parliament Senthil Kumar stood up during the discussion on the Jammu and Kashmir reorganization bill and said that the power of the BJP lies that in the fact that they can win only these heartland states of Hindi, which we generally refer to as the Gaumutra states. They can never win South India. So that divisive agenda which the Prime Minister attacked earlier this morning continues to do so as well. Just expect that attack to get much more fiercer given the sort of line that some of these opposition parties seem to be taking.
Yeah, the north-south line that you were referring to is being pushed pretty aggressively. Like you said, you had a DMK MP, and we'll play out his bite in just a moment. The whole Gaumutra and Gobar. You had a Congress, senior Congress leader like Praveen Chakravarti put out a shocking tweet and then actually delete it. There appears to be a method and a pattern to this, Poulomi.
That's right. There does appear to be a pattern. Of course, many within, the India alliance and the India bloc would be extremely uncomfortable with this, because we saw earlier the sort of ramifications the Sanatan remark had when it came from the DMK, and the kind of damage control that, the Congress party, one of the primary, components of the India bloc, which was in the political fray up against the Bharatiya Janata Party in these elections, had to do as a result of that comment. So clearly, again, from the DMK, a similar comment, which is coming from other, quarters as well. This whole reference to the North-South divide, it's not going to, of course, bear them well going into the Lok Sabha elections of 2024. Then, of course, come the conspiracy theories that the EVMs can be hacked. The Congress discounting the fact altogether, at least Digvijay Singh, who referred to that, discounting the fact altogether. The Congress polled more votes than the Bharatiya Janata Party in these elections, but when it came to the seats game, they lost out to the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, in Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. What about the win in Telangana? A lot of explaining that they'll have to do, but we've not heard from the senior leadership yet as far as these parties are concerned, and from the bloc in itself, whether it endorses these comments, be it the Gaumutra states comment, which came from the DMK today on the floor of the Lok Sabha, or the EVM comment, for instance, that came from Digvijay Singh.
It's very, 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 very peculiar. I mean, because the DMK is an ally of the Congress party. Polami, thanks very much for that. I wanted to tell our viewers about that comment made by, not just some small fry of the DMK, not some random spokesperson. This was from a member of parliament. A shocking statement by MP Senthil Kumar. Take a look at this from the Lok Sabha. The DMK MP says the main power of this BJP is winning elections in the Hindi Heartland states, or what we call as Gaumutra states. You cannot come to South India, says Senthil Kumar, DMK MP. Listen to what he said.
Is only winning elections. People of this country should think that the power of this BJP is only winning elections, and mainly in the heartland states of Hindi and what we generally call as the Gaumutra states. You cannot come to South India. You see all the results of what happens in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana and Karnataka. We are very strong over there. So we will not be surprised if you have an option of converting all these states also into union territory, so that you can come into indirect power of coming and having, because you can never dream of setting foot over there and taking control of all these southern states. People of this country should think that the power of this BJP is only winning elections, and mainly in the heartland states of Hindi and what we generally call as the Gaumutra states. You cannot come to South India. You see all the results of what happens in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra, Telangana and Karnataka. We are very strong over there. So we will not be surprised if you have an option of converting all these states also into union territory, so that you can come into indirect power of coming and having, because you can never dream of setting foot over there and taking control of all these southern states.
Member of Parliament Senthil Kumar using words like Gaumutra in a pejorative to describe the Hindi heartland states where his ally, the Congress party, has just been wiped out. Now, elections, wins and losses are a part and parcel of political life, but it is this abusive tone that is being taken by certain sections of the Congress party and prominent sections of the DMK in no less than the Lok Sabha that is creating this North-South debate. Well, it has totally exploded, as you can imagine, in the wake of an election loss for the Congress, the BJP hitting out at the DMK and its ally, the Congress. Several leaders now mounting a counter-attack on the DMK and the Congress party. Listen.
कांग्रेस पार्टी के नेताओं के बाद अब डीएमके के सांसद सेंथिल कुमार ने पार्लियामेंट के भीतर जिस प्रकार से अपमानजनक टिप्पणी की है उत्तर भारत और उत्तर भारतीयों के लिए, और ये कोई नई बात नहीं है, कांग्रेस के तो नेता करते ही हैं, परंतु डीएमके के नेताओं का भी लंबा ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है और डीएमके ने ये पहली बार नहीं किया है। उनकी तो नफरत की दुकान, विभाजन की दुकान लगातार चल रही है। जैसे प्रधानमंत्री ने बताया कि ये विभाजनकारी नीतियों के साथ चलने वाले लोग 70 वर्ष से विभाजन कर रहे हैं, तो आज ये लोग सनातन और हिंदू को गाली देते थे, अब ये लोग भारत में रहने वाले लोगों को गाली दे रहे हैं, क्योंकि 3 राज्यों में कांग्रेस पार्टी की हार हुई है।
घमंडिया गठबंधन ने जिस प्रकार से लगातार डैश डॉट गठबंधन में उनको कहती हूँ, क्योंकि वो I.N.D.I.A. है, क्योंकि भारत का नाम किसी भी भाषा में हो वो है तो मेरा देश। इसलिए जो भी अपशब्दों का प्रयोग या जो भी गैर नीतिवान जो कार्य हैं उनको मैं भारत से नहीं जोड़ सकती किसी भी भाषा में। लेकिन हाँ, इन लोगों ने अपने आप को रीब्रांड करने की ज़रूर कोशिश की थी, जो जनता ने पहचान लिया कि ले देकर ये UPA 2 गठबंधन था, और वो नाम कुछ भी बदल लें उससे कुछ होने जाने वाला नहीं है, क्योंकि देश के सामने है कि ये वही भ्रष्ट लोग हैं जिन्होंने लगातार देश को लूटा। वंचित, शोषित, पीड़ितों को जो जो चीज़ें चाहिए थी, गुड गवर्नेंस, वो उनको नहीं दे पाए, और इसीलिए भ्रष्टाचार से मामले को उलझाने के लिए वो इस प्रकार की अभद्र भाषा का प्रयोग कर रहे हैं, चाहे गौमूत्र का करें। इनको शायद गौमूत्र की बीमारियां ठीक करने वाली विषयों का नहीं पता है, तो शायद कुछ को ज़रूरत है उसकी।
Let's talk a little bit about this North-South debate that we're reporting. Viewer, the Congress's defeat in the Hindi Heartland and amazing victory in Telangana has triggered a concerted attempt to draw a line between India's North and South. I'm an Indian, I'm a South Indian, I'm a native of Karnataka, I was born and brought up in Chennai. I've lived in Delhi for 25 years, more than half my life. But when I say hometown, for me, that is still Chennai, which is why this North-South nonsense is particularly infuriating and jarring. The moment the election results became clear, the organized dissemination of this North-South narrative exploded on social media. The idea somehow that election results are a pronouncement of how different the North and South are. First of all, to all of those peddling this idiotic agenda, India isn't just the North and the South. We've got a West, we've got an East, a Northeast, and a big fat central part of the country. So this whole North-South nonsense is, for starters, geographically challenged. Second, this notion of two regions pulling away from each other is hardly new. It's being pushed now as a kind of brave face ointment in the face of disparate election results. But it's been peddled several times, both subtly and explicitly in the past. For decades, the DMK has shaped its politics around derision for the North and Hindi speakers. Just today, a DMK MP in Parliament described Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh as Gaumutra states. It just rolled off his tongue because this form of abuse is very much the calling card of the DMK and therefore can be understood if not condoned. Just months ago, the DMK's heir apparent, Udayanidhi Stalin, made the infamous comparison of Sanatana Dharma with malaria and disease. And he now accuses the BJP of twisting his comment for the consumption of these so-called Gaumutra states. Whether posturing or rooted in reality, this derision for the North is part of the DMK's identity. But here's the thing, it's one thing for a regional Dravidian party to draw these North-South lines and divisions, but it is entirely different for a national, truly national party, India's second biggest, to come out and flirt with the notion of a North-South divide for whatever reason. So not only do you have the Congress data head Praveen Chakrabarti tweeting and quickly deleting a post about the thickening line between North and South, but prominent pro-Congress voices are seriously calling for an economic boycott of North Indian-owned businesses in the southern states, and they aren't being checked for it. But this North-South nonsense hasn't just sprung from anywhere. In 2021, you remember how Rahul Gandhi, in the heat of elections, said being an MP in Kerala is refreshing because voters there go into issues and aren't just superficial, as if to suggest that voters in UP, where he lost his election, were surface voters with zero interest in real issues. Let's be clear. Dividing comes naturally to politicians of all hues, of all parties. Dividing on religion, on caste, on language, on profession. For most part, politicians divide us to win. What we're seeing now, perhaps for the first time in Indian history, are the seeds of division being planted in the wake of an election loss. Or is Bharat Jodo totally negotiable? The country has enough contradictions, divisions and fault lines Please, let there be no more. Well, after the Congress tasted defeat in the Hindi Heartland state, the India Allies and Alliance are blaming the Congress party for the poor showing and saying it's time to introspect on the shortcomings and leave self-centered politics. It's not us saying it. It's parties like the Samajwadi Party, the Aam Aadmi Party, the Trinamool and others. Meanwhile, the India bloc meet scheduled for December the 6th has now been postponed after uncertainty over senior ally leaders attending. Here's what happened.
They united earlier this year.
मेरे को पता जिसमें नहीं है उसमें आप क्यों हमको पूछ रहा है मेरे को पता नहीं है मेरे को जानकारी नहीं है
Things started falling apart barely 5 months later. The significant setback to Congress in the crucial 3 Hindi heartland states.
If the parties on this stage unite, it is impossible for the BJP to win an election.
Its repercussions now felt in the India alliance.
मैंने बाहर में प्रोग्राम रख दिया नॉर्थ बंगाल टूर में उधर में हमारा 6-7 दिन का प्रोग्राम है तो मेरे को जानकारी होता तो हम थोड़ा ही प्रोग्राम रखता हम जरूर जाते लेकिन हमारा पास कोई जानकारी नहीं है इसलिए हम नॉर्थ बंगाल टूर में जा रहा है
His public disagreement with Madhya Pradesh Congress leader Kamal Nath became evident during the campaign. The Samajwadi Party chief also decided to stay away. According to sources, the Bihar Chief Minister has expressed his inability to attend the meeting scheduled for Wednesday. No word yet from the Aam Aadmi Party about its participation. The result, the India Alliance meeting stands cancelled for now. It may be rescheduled 2 weeks later after consulting stakeholders. Allies have become vocal about their disappointment with Congress.
सबको साथ लेकर प्रचार करना चाहिए था। कांग्रेस जल्दबाजी में गई कि हम जीत रहे हैं, हमको किसी की जरूरत नहीं है। ये जो एक अहंकार होता है किसी भी राजनीतिक दल में, वो अहंकार उनको डुबा लेता है।
The JDU has also accused Congress of arrogance.
अपने बलबूते चुनाव जीत लेंगे और ग्लोरी किसी के साथ शेयर ना हो पाए, इस दंभ ने कांग्रेस पार्टी को पराजित किया। सारे गठबंधन के साथी उनकी मदद करने को तैयार थे, चुनाव प्रचार में साथ देने को तैयार थे। हम लोगों ने इक्की दुक्की सीट मांगी, उस पर भी बहुत ही अपमानजनक टिप्पणियां नेताओं के बारे में की गई।
The left echoed similar views.
A crucial party like Congress thought that they were going to win, that they were very strong and that nobody could face them. And that's exactly what landed them in trouble.
A larger crisis looms for Congress as allies begin to distance themselves from the country's grand old party after its crushing defeat in the Hindi belt. Bureau Report, India Today.
Well, the election results are done and dusted, but Kaun Banega Mukhyamantri continues to be a question. It's the 5th of December, 2 days out from the verdict that we reported here on India Today. But who's going to be the Chief Minister in 3 states? Revant Reddy is going to be named very shortly as the next Chief Minister of Telangana. But who is it going to be in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan? The BJP's top leadership is expected to announce the names anytime now or in the next few days, but hectic parleys are on. The race is very much not over. Take a look.
The results are out, but the race is still on. The BJP, which swept the 3 key Hindi heartland states of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, is yet to pick chief ministers. Hectic parleys are on both in state capitals and in New Delhi. The BJP did not project any face for the chief minister's post in Rajasthan. Former CM Vasundhara Raje Scindia is among those in the race for CM's chair. A day after the Rajasthan results, more than 28 BJP MLAs, including Gopi Chand Meena and Shankar Singh Rawat, met Rajay at her residence. While Rajay held court in Jaipur, Rajasthan BJP President CP Joshi and in charge of the state Arun Singh met Home Minister Amit Shah and party chief JP Nadda in Delhi. Sources say the BJP top brass is going to hold a meeting on Saturday or Sunday with party MLAs. Sources also say that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take the final decision on the Chief Minister. In Madhya Pradesh as well, discussions are on. There is speculation that the party may opt for the tried and tested Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the current Chief Minister who has proved himself by winning the state for a fifth term. Chauhan, however, says he was never in any CM race.
पार्टी ने जब जो काम दिया उस काम को पूरी प्रामाणिकता, ईमानदारी और जितना मुझ में सामर्थ्य था उस सामर्थ्य को झोंक के मैंने वो काम पूरा करने का प्रयास किया है। मैं मुख्यमंत्री का दावेदार ना तो पहले कभी रहा और ना आज हूं।
In Chhattisgarh too, there is no clarity on who will be the next CM.
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी में मुख्यमंत्री कौन होंगे इसका तय करने का काम हमारे राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व को है, जो संसदीय बोर्ड होता है उनको है, और इस बार भी छत्तीसगढ़ में वही होगा। हमारा राष्ट्रीय नेतृत्व ही यहाँ पर मुख्यमंत्री तय करेंगे।
Will BJP pick tried faces or effect a generational change when it chooses the CMs? Any decision will also take into account how it will help the party in the big 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Bureau Report, India Today.
And I want to go across to our crack team of ground reporters who've been bringing us every single news break and making sure that India Today is by far the most watched channel right through this election cycle. Hemendra is with me from Bhopal, the capital of Madhya Pradesh. Devankur from Jaipur in Rajasthan. Sumi Rajapan from Raipur in Chhattisgarh. Welcome to all of you. Hemendra, quickly to you first, because, that is where the BJP's victory was the biggest. There's been so much suspense, so much speculation. Is it going to be Mamaji? Is it not? One side says it's definitely not going to be Mamaji. Others say it may be Mamaji until the Lok Sabha elections. Others say it definitely can't. It has to be somebody else because there are too many other people in the reckoning. Between yesterday and today, is there any more clarity about this question?
Well, there's one statement that is doing rounds, that is of the Home Minister, Mr. Amit Shah. He has hinted that there's no reason why there should not be a decision taken on all the three chief ministers within this week. And there's another significant development that has happened between yesterday and today, and that is that the Chief Minister of the state, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, he has issued 3 statements today. In the first video, he said that he never was an aspirant for the post of Chief Minister in Madhya Pradesh, and he is still not an aspirant for the post of Chief Minister. In the second video that he released within an hour or so, he addressed the Ladli Behnas and he told them that he is going to fight for them till the end of his life, and that he'll ensure that they get the 3,000 rupees that he has promised. Right now they are getting 1,250 rupees, and he will ensure that the promise of 3,000 rupees per month is fulfilled. And the third thing that he did today was he said that he's not going to Delhi and he's going to instead go to Chhindwara. Chhindwara is one Lok Sabha seat that is not with the BJP. In fact, in 2019, Nakul Nath was the only Congress MP who won from Chhindwara. Rest of the 28 seats went to the Bharatiya Janata Party. So that is being construed or is being perceived as some sort of a jibe at those leaders who are in Delhi lobbying for the post of Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. In fact, all those who are in Delhi also happen to be members of Parliament, the contestants, the aspirants. Narendra Singh Tomar is also a member of Parliament. B.D. Sharma, who's another aspirant, he's also a member of Parliament. Jyotiraditya Scindia, who's also a member of Parliament, he's also an aspirant. So all these aspirants are also members of Parliament. They are in Delhi. But Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan saying that he's not going to Delhi appears to be a dig at these leaders. So whether he's going to be a Chief Minister candidate or not, no one knows. But there appears some kind of a confrontation happening here. And all these other leaders are camping in Delhi. And it is expected that by the end of this week or by as late as Friday, the decision could be probably taken on who the
Okay,
next
Amit
Chief
Shah's
Minister of Madhya
comment
Pradesh would be.
definitely, setting tongues wagging. Sumi, like in MP, in Chhattisgarh also no shortage of aspirants, but again there as well, no clarity just yet. You're on the ground. You've been breaking every story there, from before the verdict to even now, all those who've been meeting each other as well. What are you picking up?
Yes, absolutely. There are many takers here for the top post of the job. And in fact, there are many contenders as well in the tribal community as well. Now, what we're hearing is that more and more names are getting added to the list. 2 more entrants have been added to this list of top contenders for the CM. Gomti Sai, again, is the female tribal face. And apart from that, Renuka Singh, the tribal MOS, she has been constantly named today in the entire day. And in fact, right now the huddle is going on, and there is a strong feeling that probably the CM will be from the Sarguja division of Chhattisgarh, and it might be a tribal face. That's what we are picking up from the ground. However, other faces cannot be ruled out. Dr. Raman Singh is still the potential contender with a lot of experience in the past, and obviously, and there is a lot of loss that the Chhattisgarh has gone through in the last 5 years when it comes to the debt. There is 87,000 crore debt, and to pitch that and to cover it up, we need an experienced CM, and which is why probably BJP will be picking up an experienced name. Probably it might be Dr. Raman Singh, but nothing can be said yet. If they opt for an OBC face, Arun Sao is definitely up for the top job. However, he has really done his part being the president of the BJP Chhattisgarh unit, and he has been the foot soldier since the day he was made the president. And in fact, all of them have been takers, but no one has gotten any clarity in the past 24 hours.
Okay. I'm sure they're all, with the greatest of respect to all politicians of all parties, everyone must be waiting for that phone call or, a WhatsApp text from the high command about what the decision is. Rajasthan is one place where the power play is most visible. Not all of it is happening behind closed doors. We can see Vasundhara Raje, meeting with MLAs. The muscle flexing is going on. That is the place where the intrigue is perhaps maximum. Anything you're picking up?
Well, Shiv, this is the place, the posh civil lines area, and I'm right now outside Vasundhara Raje's residence, which is hardly 500 meters away from where Ashok Gehlot resides, the place which is, meant for the Chief Minister. He's the outgoing Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and the most buzz which is happening in civil lines area in Jaipur is outside Vasundhara Raje's residence, and there is dead silence outside the outgoing Chief Minister's residence. So you can well imagine, this is the residence of Vasundhara Raje, 13 civil lines, the official government residence provided by the administration out here. And you can see there is a lot of activity. While you were speaking with Sumi, I believe the former health minister just moved inside the Vasundhara Raje residence. And, since yesterday, this clear show of strength, this clear muscle flexing by her is quite obvious. And perhaps, there is a long list of BJP leaders. While, on one hand, Shiv, there is the Congress which is left licking its wounds in Rajasthan. On the other hand, there is the BJP which is perhaps facing the problem of plenty, because there are, a long list of names, Shiv, right from Vasundhara Raje to Diya Kumari to Bhupendra Yadav to even Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod, the former union minister, and even Ashwini Vaishnav, the railway minister who hails from Jodhpur division of Rajasthan. So all of these names are in the fray. What is being said is that, the two-time Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje, by this show of strength, has shown a certain sense of desperation. She wants to become the Chief Minister for the third time, whether the party, and by the party I mean the central leadership, the likes of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, and the National President JP Nadda finally put a stamp of authority. By the end of this week, we will get to know what the final outcome is. But it is
so we'll wait for that. If it's going to happen this week, we'll. I don't think anybody has a choice but to wait for it. The leadership of the BJP does things at its own time. It certainly doesn't go with the media's rhythms. In fact, if the media suggests that it's going to come by Thursday, it'll probably not come on Thursday just because the media is saying it. That's the way it works. That's the way the BJP rolls. Love it or hate it. That's the way things happen as far as the choices promises being made by the party are concerned. We'll keep a track of that. I can guarantee you that Dev, Sumi and Hemendra will be the first to report Kaun Banega Mukhyamantri in those respective states. Thanks guys for joining me on this quick segment here on 5 Live. On the other side, well, we're staying with news from Rajasthan, but this is truly, truly terrifying. Daylight murder caught in Jaipur, and the victim is the chief of the famous Rajput Karni Sena. Remember that group which had made a huge amount of noise over the Sanjay Leela Bhansali film Padmavat? Well, their chief has just been shot dead on camera.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
The true viewership king stands tall. Absolute domination on results day. Viewership super smash.
The live concurrent data clearly shows India Today's lead is almost thrice. You could add up Times Now and Republic. Rajdeep, I think you can add all of them and they still won't come to India Today.
Since you have advertised this program as double engine, BJP ka double engine clear hai.
Decimates the competition. Viewers reward India's #1 channel. No fakery, no fixing, only facts. India's true #1 channel.
कांग्रेस के कुछ फैसलों से इंडिया गठबंधन की एकता पे असर जरूर पड़ा है, लेकिन समाजवादी पार्टी का स्पष्ट मत है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को सत्ता से हटाने के लिए सब मिलकर प्रयास करें, सब मिलकर चुनाव लड़े। कांग्रेस बड़ा दल है, उसको बड़े दिल के साथ इस गठबंधन को आगे चलाना है, तो सबको साथ लेके चलने की जिम्मेदारी कांग्रेस की है। समाजवादी पार्टी उत्तर प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी को अकेले हराने में भी सक्षम है, लेकिन सब मिल के साथ लड़ेंगे तो ये रास्ता और आसान होगा।
अब भविष्यवाणी तब मैंने बताया दिया, इतना लंबा चौड़ा 4 पन्ने का लेटर था।
सर, ये इंडिया अलायंस के फ्यूचर को किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
बहुत सारी चीजें कांग्रेस पार्टी को करनी चाहिए और जब तक वो उनको करेगी नहीं, बदलाव नहीं लाएगी, तब तक बीजेपी का मुकाबला नहीं कर सकती। और वो कमियां तब भी थी, वो कमियां आज भी है, वो कमियां कल भी रहेगी।
Truly terrifying images coming in from Jaipur, Rajasthan. Shocking daylight murder of the chief of the Rajput Karni Sena, a group that had shot into the headlines a few years ago for its violent protests over Sanjay Leela Bhansali's film Padmavat. The chief of that organization has been shot dead and on camera by 2 assailants. The Rajput Karni Sena chief was shot in his house. He was sitting in a living room. Those images are simply too disturbing to show you without editing and censoring them, because these are truly, truly upsetting images. But this is daylight murder caught on CCTV camera.
देखिए, पिछली सरकार के समय से जिस तरह से राजस्थान में गैंग वॉर्स पनपी हैं, डिफरेंट गैंग्स के बीच में युद्ध शुरू हुए हैं और राजस्थान को अराजकता की अग्नि में धकेला गया, ये उसी का दुष्परिणाम है। करनी सेना के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष स्वर्गीय सुखदेव सिंह जी को जो धमकियां मिली थी, उनके चलते हुए उन्होंने पुलिस प्रशासन को इसके लिए आगाह भी किया था, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से जिस स्तर पर उनको सुरक्षा मिलनी चाहिए थी, उस स्तर पर सुरक्षा प्रदान नहीं की गई। निश्चित रूप से इसके लिए भी जिम्मेदारी तय करने की आवश्यकता है और साथ साथ में जिन लोगों ने ये दुर्दांत कृत्य किया है उनको तुरंत गिरफ्तार किया जाए, उनको किए की सजा मिले।
Well, that was the Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat speaking about what he says is an increasing amount of gang-related violence that appears to be the case in this particular killing. Absolutely horrifying images that have gone viral completely on social media. We're taking a very quick break. We'll get you an update on that story in a short while. Up next, also want to remind you about what's happening with Cyclone Michaung, which has made landfall in Andhra Pradesh a short while ago. The death toll in Chennai has mounted to 9 in the wake of the cyclone. We'll get you a full ground report next.
You are watching India Today, powered by Finest, Be Sustainable Change, a BNP Group company.
राजनीति के इतने वर्षों में मैं हमेशा भविष्यवाणियों से दूर रहा। मैं कभी वादे और बड़ी बड़ी घोषणाएं नहीं करता हूं। इतने साल हो गए, कभी नहीं करता। लेकिन इस बार चुनाव में मैंने अपना ये नियम भी तोड़ा था। मैंने राजस्थान में मावजी महाराज को प्रणाम करते हुए उन्हीं की धरती पर ये भविष्यवाणी की थी कि राजस्थान में कांग्रेस सरकार लौट करके नहीं आएगी। मैं भविष्यवेत्ता नहीं हूं, लेकिन मेरा राजस्थान के लोगों पर भरोसा था, वहां की जनता पर भरोसा था, और आज हम नतीजे देख रहे हैं।
Viewer, 9 people have died in the wake of Cyclone Michaung in the city of Chennai. The cyclone has moved northward and made landfall a short while ago on the Andhra Pradesh coast. Here are the top images from Andhra Pradesh and Chennai. The states have been put on alert, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, due to Cyclone Michaung. Take a look. Let me run you through all of those big pictures. Turbulent sea, strong winds and rainfall continuing in Bapatla in coastal Andhra in the wake of Cyclone Michaung. It's made landfall on the southern coast of the state between Nellore and Machilipatnam. Actor Amir Khan was rescued by rescue teams in Karapakam area of Chennai. The actor Vishnu Vishal shared the image of them being taken by disaster response force personnel. Amir Khan has been staying in Chennai for the last couple of months for a film project. Chennai continues to face massive waterlogging triggered by the heavy rain, incessantly heavy rain in the wake of Storm Michaung. The Madurvoyal area of Chennai completely inundated in rainwater, as are several other places. Boats are being used to rescue people. A river-like situation in the residential Velacheri neighborhood with water refusing to drain out. Traffic movement has been disrupted. People trudging through waterlogged stretches to get essentials. Due to this flood-like situation, vendors are moving their fruits and vegetables to safer locations as well. Although the rain has thankfully stopped, people are using boats. They've become a common sight in Chennai's West Tambaram, like in these pictures, as the city continues to face crippling waterlogging. Continuous rainfall on Monday had led to this situation, like I said. Thankfully, the rain has stopped. Hello. Cyclone Michaung has made landfall near Bapatla in the Andhra Pradesh coast. Extremely heavy rainfall with gusty winds where India Today is reporting from continues across that coastal part of Andhra. It will weaken into a depression by tomorrow morning according to the Met Department. Landfall process ended after 3 hours. At many places in the affected districts of the state, Michaung left a trail of inundation, eroded roads, overflowing canals, swollen streams and ponds, including submerging thousands of acres of fields of crops in these agricultural areas. India Today's crews have been reporting from the ground. Take a look.
Doesn't seem to be a proper kind of like a warning because everyone knew it was going to rain. But even the state management, machinery claims that this is not something, the amount of rainfall that was expected, and this is something we have to agree with them because the actual term monsoon itself means gambling. So sometimes such a kind of system brings heavy rainfall and sometimes it doesn't bring at all. And the past 7 years we've also seen it. But the question that's been put forward is that why even after 4,000 crores has been spent, the water has not, they did not leave the city. For this, the government staff, the DMK government staff and the officials claim that is because the sea level at Chennai is almost the same. And even though for the DMK government claims that proper stormwater drainage system was laid, the bigger issue was that the cyclone staying over there near Chennai, it was actually not allowing the water to leave the city. It was like a tidal lock, because of which the water was only staying inside the city, and that turned out to be a big problem, as on one side there was water collection and on the other side there was no way for the water to leave, so that became an issue.
Well, Chennai, the impact on the metropolis is thankfully less today because the cyclone has moved north into Andhra Pradesh, but the water logging in different parts of Tamil Nadu's capital is still there and it is crippling everyday life for locals. Nature's fury has spared none. While Chennai and adjoining districts continue to face all this water logging in the aftermath, even posh, upscale localities have been left battered by this cyclonic storm. The death toll in the flood deluge has risen to a shocking 9 so far in the city of Chennai. According to weather reports, the rainfall has already breached the 2015 nightmare levels, raising fears of a 2015 flood repeat. Thankfully, that will not be the case this time. This is as bad as it will probably get. Chief Minister Stalin has taken stock of the flood-like situation in Chennai, assuring relief and rescue efforts on a war footing. He spoke to India Today.
Well, there's a major relief for the city of Chennai from the scenes that we saw yesterday, as it's not rained heavily since morning, but the problem of waterlogging continues and continues to trouble people in many regions. We are right now at the Kilipak area of Chennai, and you can see the street here filled with water. Not just this particular street, the neighboring streets are also filled with water. The scenes are pretty much the same everywhere in this area. You can see this is a residential area, plus there's a hospital also close by where the water level is almost has reached the entrance of the hospital. You can find they've kept cement bags to ensure that the water does not enter inside the hospital. Yesterday, of course, the water had gone inside, and that's the scene with most of the places. Today, there's a big relief from the scenes of that we saw yesterday, from the condition that it was yesterday, but the waterlogging scenario continues to cause trouble to people. Not just the streets, the main roads also still face waterlogging in these areas. Of course, if you go to the main parts of Chennai city, the proper Chennai city area, it's not fully, it's completely free of water. It's become very easy like the normal days. But here you can find many streets here. This particular main street also has, is still facing waterlogging.
We'll continue to report that, but Telangana is all set now to say namaskaram to Revant Anna. 6 p.m. Prime with Akshita Nandagopal live from Hyderabad as Revant Reddy gets set to be anointed the next Chief Minister of India's youngest state of Telangana. There are others in the race as well. There is some discontent apparently by a handful of MLAs, but Revant is roaring and ready to be the next Chief Minister. Big story next.